On the street, call it chopper, because they chop bodies. They'll chop a body in two.
You could probably shoot through me, throughout my back panel, and through Officer Malero's vest. So, I mean, you definitely do not want to get shot with one of these.
It's automatic weapons like these that have raised the stakes for the gang unit and for the police department. Despite the danger, only one officer has been killed in the line of duty over the past 5 years. But Oakland police know that their luck can change at any moment.
The greatest loss of life in the history of Bay Area law enforcement.
The place is the killing zone, and this is the carnage. 2 motorcycle cops make what seems to be a routine traffic stop. In reality, the driver, Lovell Mixon, is a suspect in a murder case, and there's a warrant out for his arrest. Mixon opens fire with a semi-automatic pistol, killing both men. He flees the scene, and a manhunt ensues.
150 pounds, all black clothing, light skin, wide-rimmed glasses.
The hunt ends here at the apartment building of Mixon's sister. He is holed up and cornered, and when the SWAT team enters, Mixon opens fire again. This time with an assault rifle, killing 2 more officers. After an hour-long siege, the police shoot him dead. Sergeant Brandwood of the gang unit is on the scene.
Things happen so fast out here, you don't really have time to react. You see a guy standing on the street who has a gun or something like that. We're out of the car on the guy or whatever before we even think about it. I don't think it's anything anybody dwells on. I mean, you're always conscious of the fact that you could get hurt or killed out here.
With 4 officers killed in a single incident, the police death toll on this day is one of the highest ever in America. It reminds officers of a fact they know all too well. The danger here is only growing worse. And in the blink of an eye, danger can turn to chaos. On the west side of Oakland, the neighborhood of Ghost Town is on the verge of exploding. The son of a gang lord from the area has been shot, and though he clings to life in a nearby hospital, the city braces for a swift and vicious retaliation. Up next, Filthy weighs the cost of retaliation for his cousin's death. And later, Oakland's gang unit chases down a suspected killer.
Run up at the mouth, you feel me? That's gonna get you touched.
Violence on the streets of Oakland, California has reached epidemic proportions. More than 100 murders occur here each year, and just recently, 4 police officers were shot dead in a single terrifying day. The killings are fueled by drugs and money, and carried out by street gangs with a steady supply of guns. The whole city is on edge, and now even citizens are trying to help stop the continuing cycle of violence. In the West Oakland neighborhood of Ghost Town, the shooting of a gang lord's son threatens to trigger war between the most powerful turf gangs. And the task of brokering peace falls to an unlikely group. They call themselves Measure Y, and their mission is to try to stop the cycle of violence before it begins.
You needed help being pushed?
Led by Kevin Grant, a former gang member who has escaped street life, the team has a connection to these streets that the police will never achieve.
A lot of the people that I work with, we have a lot of street credibility with the youngsters. We speak their language. You know, and they'll listen to that from us, and then they respect us, you know what I'm saying?
Tonight, the victim of the shooting is still clinging to life, and the streets of Ghost Town fall deathly quiet.
Everything from the placement of the cars to the energy on the street, you can...
It's a neighborhood preparing for war. Broken glass has been spread along the roads.
That's a very old school trick that used to happen when things was gonna go down in the neighborhood. They used to like scatter the streets. So when the cop cars come down there, they won't make it 2 blocks before they blow out every tire.
The glass on the street is just the beginning. Other members of the team have been turned back in their efforts.
It's hot down there. We can't go that way. So we're going to switch up and go up towards Malcolm Market and down over to Sandpapper.
Okay.
They're not doing good down there at all.
It looks like, so they think Pooh passed?
Yeah.
They got word that the loved one that's in their neighborhood.
In a nearby hospital, the gangster's son has died.
That's their crew.
And now word is spreading on the street.
On what they call stranger danger, stranger alert. What's up, young love?
Hey, what's going on?
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, loved one. Okay.
With the victim dead, even a former gangster like Grant is getting shut out.
When we passed by the house up the road a little bit, the three loved ones that were out there mentioned that they didn't really want to talk because they were had just experienced a death in the family. We pray that the mourning is just held to silence and non-violence, but oftentimes the rat-a-tat-tat of the neighborhoods are next.
It's unclear whether the presence of Measure Y will prevent a retaliation in this neighborhood. But across town, in the area known as the Killing Zone, another death has shaken the community. Lying in the casket is Oakland's latest murder. Damani Matthews is death number 116. And the word on the street, this was payback. Revenge for the death of Ronnie Greer. Matthews is now just another cross in this year's memorial. Another statistic in Oakland's rising body count. But for Oakland's gang unit, if this was retaliation, the killers got the wrong man.
Yeah, they're quick to jump to conclusion and assume it's somebody. You know, sometimes they do get the wrong people, or they, like, you know, have an idea in their head that it's a certain individual when it's not.
For 3 weeks, the department has been tracking down leads in the Greer killing.
Female's the only one here.
With no results.
Oakland Police, search warrant, open the door.
Now Sergeant Randy Brandwood and the rest of Oakland's 8-man unit are racing against the clock, trying to solve the case before another revenge murder takes place. In Oakland's brand of street justice, innuendo and rumor are often enough to get you killed.
Call them ghetto rumors, but yeah, that's pretty much the same thing. As far as we're concerned, we, you know, interview all the witnesses and make sure that you know, the right person gets charged with the crime. Where out here, it doesn't take all that. It just takes a rumor, and they'll go look for whoever they think's responsible for it.
Today, the unit gets one step closer to their man. A tip delivered by a confidential informant has given the unit a suspect and a last known address.
If this guy comes out, if he comes out, we're gonna arrest him, secure the residence, and then call homicide. We wouldn't solve half the stuff we solve unless we had this information from these people on the street. I mean, that's what it boils down to. All right, anybody got questions?
But tips like these can vanish fast, so time is of the essence. The gang unit has a chance to nab a suspected murderer. But if the killer gets away, more retaliation murders could follow. Up next, Oakland's gang unit faces a dangerous situation when a suspected killer hops on a bus filled with civilians.